What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Going for Two Sports Podcast. Today, we've got another top 10 video for you guys. Ohm is going to be giving his top 10 NBA current players list going from 1 to 10. Before getting started, I just want to remind you guys to like and subscribe, and be sure to give your opinion on the subject in the comments section below. All right, Ohm, what does your top 10 current NBA player list look like?
Now, Jack, my list has the same players as Ian. However, I have changed the order. On my rankings, I sort of rank them as the impact they've had toward the game, less looking towards their stats, or else Damian Lillard would be top 5 in everyone's list. Number 1, I would obviously go with Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak. He is an unstoppable force. He has not stopped improving since the start of his young career. He was a reigning MVP last year, and he was favored to win the 2020 MVP until the coronavirus pandemic. He has virtually no holes in his game if you look past his three-point percentage, which was a measly 3.6%, 30.6, but even that is improving. He is lethal on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Even one of the greatest coaches of all time, Steve Kerr, had noted that he had problems coming up with defensive plans for Giannis. Giannis can pass, he can drive, he can defend, and he can shoot. He's the tallest playmaker the NBA has seen, and he is in his prime for the next few years. Next, we have the GOAT, LeBron James. The debate can be saved for another debate. The GOAT debate will always continue. LeBron is the best leader the NBA has ever seen. He's a natural force who never loses his energy, even at the age of 35. He has the experience of winning, which is very important in this league. He's averaged 25.7 points in the 2019 to 2020 season, which at 35 years old is crazy. He is a team player, and he had 10.6 assists this past season, which was a career high. This is a new age in the league, which comes with faster play, so James obviously has shown a decrease in his overall speed. Next up on my list to finish out the top 3, we have Kawhi Leonard, the most likable guy in the NBA. I mean, who doesn't like his laugh? He went off in Toronto, showing leadership on an already experienced team filled with veterans, which include Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, and Marc Gasol. The trade to the Clippers has shown a slight decrease in stats, but his defense has not wavered. The more comfortable he gets, even at this age, he can still lead the team to the playoffs, where he thrives under pressure. Just ask any Philly fan. Coming in at number 4, you got the Brow, Anthony Davis. He's arguably the second best player on a team since the 1991 through 93 Chicago Bulls with Scottie Pippen. He's the best center in the game, and as Ian said, the stat drop can be linked to playing on a championship level roster, which, I mean, compared to the Larry pick-loving Pelicans, stat drop is pretty obvious. He changed the game for centers, staying as a force in the paint, and he elevated his three-ball, shooting 35% from beyond the arc, averaging 1.2 3-points per game, which is just crazy for a center. He doesn't show leadership, which is my problem with him. He can't rule the court. However, he really doesn't have to, as he has LeBron James on his team. Rounding out the top 5, we have James Harden. He is arguably one of the best offensive players in NBA history. He applies different methods of scoring to keep the defense confused and on their heels, which is a problem for the opposing team, as Russell Westbrook, is another weapon that the other teams have to be careful of. So, I mean, it's really hard to stop the Rockets' offense. However, James Harden has one of the worst defenses out of all shooting guards in the league, which is risky when accounting for the Rockets' recent change to a small ball lineup. But when he consistently drops 30-plus points per game and occasionally a 50 bomb on mediocre teams such as the Wizards, the Beard will keep other teams essentially blindfolded on defense. Coming in at number 6, we have Luka Doncic. I love Luka. Coming into the league overseas, now which is seen more often. Many questions surrounded this number 3 pick, including weight and stamina. However, Luka proved the doubters wrong, winning Rookie of the Year over Trae Young. He went off in his sophomore year, and the triple-doubles kept going. The unorthodox style worked very, very well, forcing opposing defenses to attempt to force the European to hustle more, playing a quicker ball game. However, Doncic's stamina was able to maintain strong under duress. If Doncic stays healthy, in my opinion, he will definitely be in the MVP conversation for the next 5 years. Next up, we have the Snake, Kevin Durant. I mean, he's basically a cheat code I mean, after incredible seasons with the Warriors, he beat LeBron and the Cavs twice, once sweeping them. There was really going to be no stopping Kevin Durant. He used his height to bully smaller forwards, and he used his length to speed past larger centers, and he was always a shooting threat with one of the most lethal pull-ups in the game. However, the lanky forward was bound to get injured with that stature, and a devastating ruptured Achilles tendon is no small injury. Being sidelined for that long with that serious of an injury, it would be hard for really any player to return to similar form. However, he's joining Kyrie Irving and DeAndre Jordan, which are two of his very good friends, so maybe that will spark something in KD. Coming in at number 8, I have Stephen Curry. Yes, he is one of the greatest shooters of all time, and his handles are just amazing. But his mesmerizing contested threes have taken a large hit with Curry's gruesome left-hand injury. After scoring 23 points in his return, Warriors fans gained some hope. But Curry definitely isn't getting any younger, and we will have to put the Warriors on his back, which is a very hard role for a player coming off of a long-term injury. Coming in at number 9, I have Russell Westbrook. Russ seems to be even more comfortable every game with the Houston Rockets. His best years came when he was solo on the Thunder. But now that the spotlight has shifted to Harden, Russ can actually play with less pressure and immediacy and focus more on improving his game. The stat drop was bound to occur with ball hog James Harden, but it hasn't affected Westbrook's playstyle, leaving room for improvement. Finishing out my top 10, I have the Serbian Nikola Jokic. I mean, watching this tall, seemingly unfit European confuses me, but I mean, his unorthodox style also confuses his opposing defenses. He has great length and basketball IQ with lots of power. The stamina isn't quite there, and he hasn't done anything out of this world, but he is the most consistent big man in this league.
Okay, nice top 10 list. Very interesting that both you and Ian have the same exact players in your list, but different orders. Yeah, I don't know how much I agree with either one of your lists. I think I agree with your list a little bit more, but very nice list to both of you. So thank you very much for viewing today's episode of our podcast. Be sure to check out other segments on the channel and like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you for listening.